Alright, Season 1, Episode 14 of Star Trek Prodigy. The title is Crossroads. Let's do it. Bum, 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 bum.
Smash Mouth for some reason. Bum, 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 bum. That's what I was like really expecting.
That's her ship. Where is she? Looks like a garden trowel.
I'm hopeless. My memory.
Voyager was a spoon.
Oh,
the
that
Dauntless is a
thing.
garden
I
trowel.
can't even. I wish there were.
Thought they were gonna put him back in his
wish
suit,
I could
and they
repay you.
didn't.
We want to go to Starfleet, but our ship
arm
has a
thing was over
weapon
her
that will
coat.
turn them against each other, so...
I guess it can keep her
plan
warm.
is to siphon
It's
out
like
of
the
harm's
timeless
way while
planet that
we
they all died in
survive
the
to
ice.
Starfleet.
It's a good place to hide this.
What's he?
hate to disturb you, but we need to take a little field trip.
Just let him rest.
But I think they're leaving the ship.
Oh yeah, I guess.
I do not
I guess you
like
could take it.
If you get into a pinch, look up the real Janeway. I'm sure she'll find you as promising as I do.
She's
Thanks,
on the
Janeway.
warpath against you right now.
Right?
No.
We're really leaving the ship behind.
Do they have another ship ready to go?
Okay, I guess we're just walking. Oh.
Okay, you don't need to do that. And then it crushes the ship. Where are they planning to go? Kids don't think ahead. Let's go bury the ship and then we'll just hitchhike.
Oh, I guess they
Look at
knew
that.
this was here. The little Star Wars base.
A haven for smugglers and anyone wishing to disappear.
Captain O'Connor at your service. Tell me,
Captain
colorful gang,
O'Connor?
what goods do you have to trade for passage?
The outrageous Okana?
That's why I was like, when I saw him for a second, I'm like, he looks like that dude. And then he said the name and I was like, wait, what? He's aged well
Hold on.
as a CGI man.
Goes all the way up to work 4.
Did he say 4? Aww. He thinks his ship is fast.
She'll take you.
Hands up, O'Connor.
Oh,
Talking a
What?
crime now?
now we're talking.
Is that Zinni?
Yeah.
Those aren't mine.
These
Those
eyeballs.
are like GLaDOS's memory cells from Portal. I feel like someone's gonna wander on their ship if there's a whole base that can detect it.
Well, that's why they buried it.
Savages destroyed the
Still.
entire station.
Oh no.
Luckily, I was picked up by a friendly Orion crew.
He's not even hearing that.
Guys being the worst. Those wannabes were better
Oh.
than him.
Rex is here.
Oh, we're all
He's
meeting.
answering his communicator.
Some
I want a
Starfleet
coat like that.
If he has answers, I want them.
I want that coat.
Finally a hoodie that's canon.
For a ride. Pardon? Can I ask you for a ride? Mister!
Yeah.
Can I ask you? Shit. Hey, Bub, don't judge me because I'm big.
Was he scared of you or Murph?
Would take warp 8, but nothing below. Looking for a ship. Oh!
Oh, right into the potty area.
Royalty. Hog's a name we reserve for runts. Short in size. Now, if you'll excuse me, I am on official business.
That's kind of, he's kind of mean.
Sorry, I didn't see you there, little guy.
Jeez. This has like never been an issue.
Thank you, officer.
More like Ensign. Essentia.
Gwen.
Oh no.
Mandala?
Uh-oh.
But I know your father. He's on our ship.
Oh, she ain't gonna trust you.
Sorry. I think you have me mistaken.
No, he's been... I know you're in trouble, but you must tell me where the protostar is.
I have to go.
This is all falling apart.
We weren't supposed to run into Starfleet yet. They must have put it in a sleep mode just before.
They got it's
Whatever
like they
the-
couldn't detect it even. They're like, oh, a little bit of
Yeah.
ice on top of it. We can't find it.
This report.
Look at you, heard her voice.
I prefer Vice Admiral Janeway. Is there something can I help you?
I'd do the same thing if I met her.
You want to enlist in Starfleet?
Yes!
Or is this
No
the
buts.
starting point?
In Starfleet.
Barney's Frex.
He's so little.
Time is of the essence.
I need that coat. It's got fingerless gloves built in, maybe.
A weapon that turned
everything against itself.
Maybe they had good intentions.
Oh, and a crafty little tramp. Purplish complexion. Creepy dingle-dangle off the back of his neck.
Little dingle dingle. God, Jamie got angry face.
You forgot to mention, they're kids.
Yeah.
All of you talked to Starfleet, but no one told them about the deadly weapon? The sole reason we left our ship? Come on, guys!
I appreciate that.
She's not wrong.
I mean, and it's like, only because you guys are dumb, afraid little kids is it okay that you would make such a big mistake. But then, like, they would do that kind of thing on Discovery and be like, we've been in Starfleet for years and we know everything that we should do and all the protocol, but that's just how we are.
That's why I think this show works so well, is you can write in silly conflict or misunderstandings and it's more forgivable.
Yeah.
And actually makes sense in the story.
Yeah. Alright, give me a pod race.
So now they think we're criminals? Great!
Well, you're running.
You're literally running instead of just explaining. We didn't know what the ship was gonna do. But they don't know that they can just talk to them, which is weird because they've been in that ship for so long. Now you're resisting arrest.
I think you killed someone too,
Yeah.
just now.
It's just a Zindi.
Ah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like they know Janeway and they know she was modeled off of a real person. You should have been like, you probably can talk it through with her.
Right?
Fluorine trifluoride propulsion. Illegal in most parts of the galaxy, but it's sure to give us one heck of an
Big ol'
exothermic
glow
kick.
stick.
Whatever he said, use it!
Hold on to your butts!
Are you guys gonna go back to your buried ship?
We're on top of it.
Oh no!
You know they're gonna just find that and detect the signal, right?
Now the actual ship in orbit is dead.
Yeah, it didn't go great.
The worst.
But we met this guy.
Hello there.
She's like, ooh, dreamy man. God, it's gonna mess them up. Kids are dumb.
It got buried very well.
Yeah,
very
I guess the
quickly.
blizzard they mentioned came through and
That's
just froze
true.
everything over.
Yeah.
I want that coat. Oh my gosh.
Dauntless, beam us up now.
And don't send a message to that ship. If they held him, it's gonna get in their ship.
The proto drive.
Way ahead of you, Captain.
Oh
It's
gosh.
tiny.
Yeah, it's a little ship. Or her ship's big.
Don't let them get away.
Protostar versus Slipstream.
What is this? Is this warp 4? Warp is warp 9.97.
So what Voyager could do.
The real me is hunting us with a quantum slipstream Dauntless class starship. Good luck with that.
Keep up those evasive maneuvers.
Wasn't swerving on purpose, Captain. They're hailing us.
No.
Ooh, do not answer that hail.
This would have been better if they spoke in person without ships.
Yes, it's almost like they had.
You had every opportunity to do it.
Oh no.
Throw a,
What's he doing?
a message in a bottle out the window.
Yes.
Guys.
Where's Murph? Oh, what's he look like?
Oh no, he has like more of a
He's
form.
a little upright.
Oh,
Ah!
Don't like it. Creeping me out. You better age faster out of that weird bobblehead shape.
Torpedo launch.
Murph! Oh my gosh! It went backwards!
These aren't smartphones that they're typing on. It knows if it's a butt dial.
on my mark, ready, go fast.
Oh!
Oh no.
Dang.
I mean, I won't be mad if this just ends up with that ship blowing up the Dauntless and then they're all stuck on the Proto.
Back in the Delta Quadrant.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are on that Dauntless.
Right there in the name.
Probably thousands if it's that big. Or thousands.
Admiral, they're fleeing into the Romulan neutral zone.
Where are they at again?
Negotiations. It will breach the
I
treaty.
guess they got close to the Alpha.
I'm sorry, Admiral. At risk of war, I cannot fulfill them.
Okay, go to the brig. Bye.
We're being hailed.
I'm Janeway. I do what I want. Oh, shoot.
You are close to entering the neutral zone. That would be an act of war.
And you just crossed into our
Yeah,
territory
go
to
back
say
on your
that.
side of the fence to come at me. Oh, man.
How interesting.
Indeed.
Billy Campbell's doing his own character.
That's so cool.
It was annoying that they couldn't just talk after bumping into each other.
Yeah, they panicked.
It was fun.
The timing wasn't great, though, because, like, he kind of looked like he wanted to talk to Janeway, but then that little dude who's gonna, like, tell her that their badge showed up and he panicked.
I guess the biggest issue is the fact that they didn't detect that ship.
Under the ice.
Right, because even though it's off, like, you're still like, oh, there's, like,
You
all
can
of the
scan-
materials we use to build hulls to our giant ships. There's one right here. There's
Yeah,
a crazy
clearly
dense
within, like,
deposit.
actual walking distance, too. Because
Yeah.
they drove back, but they walked there.
Yes.
And then also, like, her dad being on the ship freaked her out. So
Yes,
everything just
yeah.
came up a little
Her
weird.
freak out made the most sense to me.
I don't know, Murph storyline, I don't know where that's going.
I'm
but
hoping that he gets into another... It's like Zoidberg. They can do whatever they want with him.
Yeah.
So, like, if people don't respond to this, they can just be like, oh, look, he's metamorphosizing into just a bigger version of what he was before.
Yeah, I didn't like that weird little running thing. I don't know, the proportions just felt weird to it.
He looked like a video game character.
Is Okana gonna be a...
Is he joining
character
the crew?
just joining them?
It feels like, at least for the next episode, we're gonna have to deal with him.
That's
And I
fine.
say that in, like, a good way, though.
Oh, yeah. Deal with him alright.
Just like now, basically,
Vice
Vice
Admiral
Admiral Janeway is now actually just part of the show now.
Yeah.
But that was inevitable if you had Jane. It's funny that it's two separate credits, though, like, because there's the opening credits where it says, you know, Kate Mulgrew as hologram Janeway, and then here in the end credits, she gets one for voicing.
They need to pay her twice. The biggest takeaway is I need someone to make me the coat.
Yes.
Because that was next level amazing. I want that so very, very bad. But yeah, I like that the Zindi showed up too.
Yes, it's about time.
They looked good. Like
They did.
that modeling was really neat. I like that.
And one person did the voice of all three of them.
Oh, dang. And I also liked in the last episode that they had holograms to like change the console layouts, which it's like I remember years ago there was some YouTuber who did a video that was just like basically all of new Trek, all the opportunities they're missing to actually use what would be the natural progression of Star Trek technology.
Yes.
Where a lot of Discovery just kind of became like almost magic. The technology could do whatever they wanted it to and it didn't naturally progress. And the biggest thing he was talking about was like, if they want to have holographic everything on the ship, why couldn't you just customize your consoles and people could just show up and change it?
Card didn't have to be like, I'm a doddering old man, I don't know how to use your
Rios'
Iron Man
ship-
screen.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
And if you normally would just be like, okay, well, let's just load up some TNG level consoles I know how to use. But it's like when you edit, you could seriously be like, all your presets, and then someone else sits down and they can go like, my preset. Extrapolate that to a starship, that'd be cool. I liked it. What's going to happen? I don't know. I honestly am surprised that they've met up so quickly with Janeway.
Yes, it is. But it does feel like they got very quickly separated with this new development at the very end.
They shooted Murph butt shot.
That's
yeah.
the other thing. I guess
I know you don't.
I'll allow it because he's like a weird squishy material that the ship isn't used to. But if that was like a humanoid butt, it'd be like, no.
Well, because there's actual like scenes in TNG where Riker turns around and just like sits on one of the consoles or leans against it with his hands. Right. It doesn't type anything.
Yeah.
Because it knows he's not looking at. But you know, like certain phones now can track your eyes to make sure you're looking. So like, in the future, what if Star Trek ships are like, they're not actually looking at the console. I'm not going to take any of these inputs.
Seems easy enough. Star Trek's always been like that level of tech where you're like, oh, I have something this big. I can talk to a ship in orbit. I can like detect your life sign. it boggles the mind, but we say it's science, and then we build it 20 years later. So, like, come on, just... Oh, yeah, that was fun.
It's what do you know? It's freaking good.
I won't be surprised if they get Avery Brooks to join the cast of Prodigy Season 2.
Where would they... You think he'd finally show up for this?
He's more likely this than Picard,
It's true.
that's all I'm saying.
No, it's true. And I think if there was anything in the current years that could get him out, he'd be like, well, this is actually good. You know what I was thinking earlier, which they'd never do, or they'd have to recast? Kes.
That would be nice to see.
Because she's just some energy weirdo in the Delta Quadrant that, like...
Right? How cool could that have been if, like, Q went crazy and evil and, like, tried to kill us, but Kes saved us. And then the Traveler's like, tight? That's what I want to see.
I want to watch that! Yeah, but I was just thinking, like, you know, last time you see Kes is in... You see her in Fury? Was Fury come after... Because the gift is when she sends him.
Right.
And then Fury's later when she's, like, all running through time and freaking out.
Mad, yeah.
But I feel like since she also was, like, moving through... She became so much bigger, like, beyond...
Yes.
There, you could find a way to make her come back, but I don't think we're ever going to touch Cass's story again, but that'd be dope.
There's a lot to mine there. And that's the side that's extra sad for me, because that's the side of Star Trek that I've always thought was really cool. Like, Q is interested in humanity. Why? Because he sees potential for us to be that, and Kes represents, like, a similar... Obviously, they're humanoid, but yeah, that's, like, the next step. Like, and we've had John Doe do that. And TNG had stuff like Charlie X or whatever.
TOS. Charlie,
yeah.
I was thinking Charlie X.
So,
they've all kind of had some good stories like that.
I want to see, not by any of the current writers, but like I said, I want to see Wesley and the Traveler. I want to see them come back and be like, what have you been doing? I'm like, oh, just studying how thought and space are the same. And it's like, okay, cool.
But see, yeah, and that's the thing, is it definitely couldn't be by any of the writers, because he showed up on Picard for 2 seconds and enlisted a chick with a genetic disease. Remember at the end of Picard 2? Wesley shows up.
That's right.
And is like, hey, you shut-in that's never left your dad's basement and were born in a test tube and a genetic thing. Right. You have no aptitude for anything, but we want you to be a traveler.
Nothing since 09 is canon, so it's fine. I just say they pull a Terminator Dark Fate, and they're like, so we're pretending like this much of what's been made happened, this doesn't count.
Yeah, or just like when Will and Grace came back and they all agreed to have a stupid dream joke, and like none of the last season happened. And we move on and we all have a good time.